know where to begin. First of all, credit to Clemson. I told Dabo after the game that no one deserved to lose that game, and that's a class program. He's a class coach. Kathleen, his wife, just came over here to our locker room to congratulate Emily and I, and tells you what kind of people they are. They're special people and have my respect. And no disrespect to Miami, but I'm the biggest Syracuse fan in the world. I hope Syracuse goes and wins that game tonight, and Clemson can go win an ACC next week as well. But what about our team? To overcome some of the stuff that we had to overcome, so much of it self-inflicted, and to just find a way to win at the end is really, really special. We talked before we came over here that we needed to have each other's backs, that, you know, offense pick up the defense when something happens, defense pick up the offense, both of them pick up special teams, and we had a lot of that today, whether it be a turnover on offense, too many of them, but a turnover, and then the defense goes out there and gets a stop. We try the onside kick, we don't get it. Defense goes out there and gets a stop. Defense gives up a score. Offense goes right down the field and scores. And, you know, we knew it was going to be awards. Two great teams going at it. We just needed to get this thing to the fourth quarter and find a way to win it. Lenoris Sellers is the best player in the country. And all you media people that vote on the Heisman, if you're not voting for that guy in the mix for the Heisman Trophy, you're out of your minds. Like, name a player in the country that's done more than that kid has this year, particularly today. In the environments that he's done it in the moments that he's done it in. I mean, he put our team on his back today. He put our team on his back today. And we talked at halftime that Clemson had played a great first half, and a lot of their guys had made a lot of individual plays, and that we needed our guys, like guys, best players needed to step up and make plays. And that kid sure as hell did. What a performance to be third and forever down there on that last drive, and him to do what he did. He's special. And then love it. They're taking pictures of the press conference. That's when you know it's a special day. But I told the defense before they went back out there on the field on that last drive that this is why Debo and Boogie and Tonka and Bam Scott and TJ Sanders and O'Donnell and all these seniors, like, they came back for a moment like this to go out there and get a stop. And then the whole drive, I'm like, I freaking jinxed them, because Clemson goes right down the field, and they're in field goal range, and our mantra on defense is to put the ball down, and we put the ball down one more time. What a play by D. Knight. What a special young man he is. And that was it. So what a day. What a day. So proud of our players, so happy for them, and questions. We had a 2-minute drill the other day in practice where I thought he made a really dumb decision, and I was reminded he's still a freshman. So that surprised me a little bit, one of the plays that he made in 2 minutes the other day on Thursday in practice. But outside of that, no. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. Nothing bothers him. He's so poised and just doesn't get too high, too low. He was just having fun out there playing. I do believe we deserve a spot in the 12-team playoff. To me, it's hard to. I get it. The committee has a really tough job. They have to choose the 12 best teams, but I get it. We got 3 losses. I understand that, but it's hard for me to sit there and say that we're not one of the 12 best teams in the country. When you look at our strength of schedule, when you look at our wins on the road, I think we're now 4-1 on the road this year in tough environments. We're not going and playing in front of 20,000 people on the road like some teams do in this country. We go into hostile environments every single week, and our only loss on the road is a 2-point loss. We talk about strength of schedule. I think today is our 4th top 25 win. with, I believe, the 12th highest strength of schedule. So I get it. There's some very deserving teams out there. But if the committee's job is to pick the 12 best teams, you tell me. You tell me on Selection Sunday, everybody across the country, if South Carolina pops up in that bracket, I don't know of any team that would be excited about having to play this team the way that we're playing right now. That's what I judge it on. It means that if our trophy makes it back safely off the field, which I know it's out there right now, that we're going to display that proudly in our football facility for the next year. That's pretty cool to win all 3 trophy games as well, although we're still trying to locate the bottom trophy as well. But it's some there, but we'll find it. But it's just a testament to our players as well, to what they're about, to have the season that we've had in 2024. More than anything, I'm just so happy for them because of how they work, and it's fascinating to me. Not fascinating, but it's pretty cool that Taylor, the sideline person for ESPN today, she did our game against Vanderbilt last year. We were 2-6, pouring down rain in the cold, and she did the game. So to look at where we were in 2023, 2-6, to now be 9-3, just beat your rival, have all 3 trophies. The things that this team's accomplished so far, they deserve those 3 trophies because they're awesome, awesome, awesome young men. I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got here, then Jack, and then I'm coming right over here.
They were able to get some deep passes on you earlier. You guys adjusted. What adjustments did you make?
Yeah, just guys making plays. They did make some plays on us in the passing game. They got good receivers. I said it all week that they're the same offense that we played last year. Klubnik's a year older. What a fantastic player he is. That's what Dabo and I talked about after the game. There's 2 great quarterbacks going at it, ours and theirs. And got a ton of respect for Cade and wish him well. Antonio Williams, we know all about Antonio. And then they added Wesco and Moore, 1-12, and they're really good players. And the way we play defense, we play a lot of man coverage. Like, that's who we are. And our corners are going to be left out there on an island. And I thought Cade made some great throws, and their guys made some great catches. And the bigger issue for me was just our inability to affect the quarterback. I mean, they were going to get rid of the ball quick, but with our D-line, I mean, credit their offensive line. They did a really good job of protecting for him and allowing him to make those throws. Yes, Jack. I'll take it over for a minute, Steve. Sorry.
Great job. What does it mean to see that ball on the interception go into Demetrius Knight's hands? One of the 6 guys you brought in, and he's been so impactful for you guys.
Yeah, so happy for D. Knight. What a leader he is. What a person he is. What a way for him to finish. Every year before we play Clemson on Friday night during our team meeting, we have all the seniors get up front and the coaches talk about them. And Luke Day talked about it last night, not just D. Knight, but that senior class in general. Like, that's the example of what you're supposed to be about as a student athlete. Just the kind of people they are, the players, and D. Knight is right at the top. I've told you guys before that Jeff Collins, the defensive coordinator at North Carolina, told me that D. Knight was maybe his favorite player ever of all time, and I see exactly what he means as well. Yeah, that's one thing that we talked about also was that our guys are battle tested, and Clemson has now it's really going to get tough to hear. Clemson has played outside of, I guess, Pitt. They really haven't been in a lot of these 4-quarter games. They either got beat or they beat the crap out of people. And we knew that just get it to the 4th quarter that we are battle tested because of some of the games and environments that we've been in, and we're built for this. And that's what we talked about, and you saw it out there as well. And I also, hang on, Chris, sorry. I told our guys, too, it reminded me so much of 2022. We kept having to put our defense out there to get stops. And Kai kept punting and pinning them deep. And then the defense kept going out there, and the offense couldn't finish it. And it was that way a lot today too. The defense just kept going out there and getting stops. Yeah, it goes back, Chris, to what I said about picking the 12 best teams. I don't know if there's a hotter team in America than what we are. 6 wins in a row, 4 over-ranked opponents, on the road for, 2 of them. This was the first, outside of the Alabama loss, this was the first close road game that we've had all season. A double-digit win on the road at Vanderbilt, a double-digit win on the road at Kentucky, a double-digit win on the road at Oklahoma, and we're hot. Our defense continues to get better. Our quarterback, as you guys saw, continues to get better, and that's what I'd say. We're just a team that you want to be the team that's playing your best football at the end of the season, and we sure are.
Hey, you guys, you had this belief in this team all year, and there were moments when you were struggling a little bit, turnovers, penalties, all those things. How did your guys keep the belief this whole season?
Just the leadership. Y'all have heard me say it before, your investment level in something equals your expectation level. And our investment level into this program, the young men that are in this program are highly invested. That's why they all came back. They didn't come back to go 6-6 and get bowl eligible. I mean, they came back. I go back to I haven't told you guys this, but I go back to our very first team meeting in January. And it's on, I guess when the players come back, it's the night, or it's Sunday night in January. And that's the freshmen are there, the new transfers are there. And in the team meeting, I made some comment about the bowl game at the end of the season. And when that meeting was over, Dylan Stewart, of all people, who had been on campus for 48 hours at that point, pulls me aside and he's like, enough of this playoff stuff. Bowl game stuff. Like, we have higher expectations than that going forward. And I remember thinking, okay, this freshman, he's different, and he is. But that's the mindset. And then after we lost to Alabama, I meet with about 18 of our core leaders. How about that, Todd Ellis? Yes, sir. I meet with a core group of our leaders every Wednesday, and I usually start the meeting like, okay, what's on y'all's minds? And after we lost to Alabama and we were 3-3, sat in there with them. I'm like, okay, what's on y'all's minds? And I think it was Debo. They all looked right at me and they said, win out. And I said, okay. And they said, there's no other option. We're winning out. And I haven't told you guys that, but that's been their mindset. And because they had higher expectations than being 3-3. And I told them, well, that's great to say and all, but we've got to start playing winning football better. We got to quit turning the ball over. We got to quit having penalties. Like, that's great to say we're going to win out, but we got to do the things that we have to do in order to win out. And we did. Now, we turned the ball over today. We lost the turnover margin, which is unbelievable that we won the game and lost the turnover margin. I guess we did. I think it was 3-2. We had some disappointing penalties as well, but just a testament to the young men and the leadership we have.
You mentioned some of the things you did in the defense, some of those things. The offense had a 2-minute.
You want this?
Injury to Campbell, all that stuff, the ranks. Did you have to say anything to the offense when yours in those moments, or at this point, is it just kind of just do it himself?
Not really. It was, you talking about like the last drive or just in general? Yeah, it was really just being aware of the clock, knowing that, really trying to save. We ran in a situation where Josiah got hurt. We didn't want to put Tree in the game because if you put Tree in the game, that's a whole year of eligibility. So I think we moved Vershawn to tackle maybe for a play, put Brubaker in the game. Then we have an injury over there. There's question. They're telling me in the press box that he caught the ball, Dale Vaughn's. The officials are talking to me about, do you want to review it? I really didn't want to burn a timeout because I'm thinking if we don't score here, we still have 3 timeouts and we can get the ball back. So there's a lot going on, and then we have a dumb penalty. And you're sitting there inside I think you're on the 14-yard line, and next thing you know, you're 15 yards deeper or whatever. And then just, it's kind of like the old Doug Collins, the old Chicago Bulls coach. They asked him about what was that play, and it was get the ball to Michael and get the bleep out of the way. It's kind of like just get the ball to Norris and get out of the way, and that's what we did today.
Shane, college football doesn't give you much of a time to look back and reminisce, but what does this mean for you?
I wish we were playing in the SEC championship, but we're not. So we're gonna really look back and enjoy the hell out of this one for a while. I assure you that. It's just a great way to finish. I know what this rivalry means. I said it 2 years ago. I'm so happy for our fans because this really is, and I told y'all on Tuesday, and I mean it, like this is the best rivalry. I truly believe in college athletics. And there's a lot of great rivalries I've been a part of, but this state that I love living in and the two great fan bases, what an environment. I mean, I'm so blessed to be in that arena today and have a chance to compete. I mean, it was freaking awesome. And it's what college athletics is all about. And it says that there's two great programs in this state, two great teams in this state. Hate that anybody had to lose that game. But it says that we've got a really, really special group of guys that just continue to get better and have more work in front of us to do.
Coach,
you mentioned the defense picking up the offense and vice versa. The offense turned the ball over 3 times, and you did not give up a point off of those turnovers. What does it say that your defense handles that sudden change really well, especially in an environment as raucous as this one was?
Yeah, I didn't realize that all 3 turnovers. I knew we did it on a couple of them. I didn't realize all 3 turnovers. It's just our defense. It's a veteran, gritty group of guys. Credit Clemson. I mean, it's disappointing that we lost the turnover battle because I mean that was you guys know I give the players 3 keys each week and that I think are going to be critical to this game, and it was one was just like Oklahoma, dominate the turnover battle, not just win it but dominate it, and we didn't. But nobody flinched. Just our defense. They talk about putting the ball down and they did it. They just kept competing and battling.
Over here, Matt.
Shay, can you just describe what Norris's ability to just shed tackles and how he's able to do that? What's it like?
Yeah, it's amazing, his ability to shed tackles. God bless that young man with just a lot of just God-given ability, genetics, you name it. He's worked really, really hard in the weight room from when he came in. And he's a competitor. He's a winner. You go back to what he did in high school at South Florence to what he did out there today. He's special. He's special. I know nobody's enjoying this more than Tommy Suggs. That man knows what this rivalry is about. Who we got? I have a belief in myself, so I don't want to say that I didn't think that I would, but it goes back. It's a big game. Like Coach Spurrier actually called me on Tuesday and left me a voicemail. Beamer, you're doing great. This might be the biggest game ever in the history of Carolina Clemson and whatnot. So I appreciate him reaching out. I appreciate him giving me an opportunity here at South Carolina back in 2007. God's got an unbelievable plan, and he brought my wife and I to Columbia in 2007, and with just a dog and no children, and here we are with a dog and 3 children later, and different dog, but 3 children later, and it's pretty special. I love this place. I'm so blessed to be the head football coach here, and for me I have so much respect for Coach Spurrier as a coach for, not me, but this team to have won more games in 4 seasons than he did. It's a great accomplishment by everyone associated with our football team.
Anybody else? Good. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. What a game.